What's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing tonight? All right, y'all get up in here, man. We're going to start the show in just a few minutes. We're going to be starting the show in just a few minutes, y'all. Let me go to the YouTube page really quick. Let me go to our Facebook and go share this video on our Facebook page. Y'all come in here, man. Hit that like button as soon as you join the stream. If you're here in the stream right now, hit that like button below. Don't forget, hit us up on our email. Pick up some of the merch, y'all. Today we're going to have a great conversation. Hit that like button as soon as you get up in here. Let me know you guys in the building. Just going to post a few things to our social media really quick. Give me a second, y'all. Hit that like button if you're here right now, man. Tap in, tap in. We about to start real soon. Tap in. Hit us up. Cop some merch. About to start the show in just a few seconds, y'all. Y'all hit that like button. If you're in the chat right now, hit that like button. Let's go. We're going to start the show just a few seconds, man. Hope everybody's doing good. Another amazing Thursday. Give us a few seconds. I got to go to the social media real quick. Add the social medias up in there, man. Y'all know how we do. What's up, y'all? How everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of Talking Barz, man. Let me see who's up in the chat. We got Charlie in the chat. Charlie, thanks for coming through. We got Kevin X Negro in the chat. Kevin X, thanks for coming through. We got that boy JS Jason. If you don't know, he's up in the chat. Shout out to everybody right here, right now. If you're in the chat right now, make sure hit that like button right now. Charlie says, "Do you feel that Nasir is Nas' worst album?" No. Nostradamus is Nas' worst album. Shout out to Nostradamus. Has some good songs on there, but Nostradamus really didn't hit like that. Kevin X says, Escobar season has returned. Has it? Has Escobar season really returned? We're going to talk about that today. That boy Jason is here. Jason has a comment. Jason says, "What up, Playboy? Thanks for giving my mom's happy birthday." Shout out to moms, man. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the fam, Jason. Happy birthday, shout out, much appreciated. The GOAT King of New York, new album drops at midnight. Woo! The GOAT King? Woo! Holla. Kevin X Negro has another comment. Kevin X says, "Nas, keep a dropping fire album after fire album. At this point, he doesn't have any competition." We're going to talk about that tonight. The question I got for you guys tonight, and I need you all to hit the comments. Let's have some serious conversations today. The question I asked for you guys tonight: is Magic 2 too much music? Is Nas a victim of making throwaway music? Hey, we're going to talk about it. Hit the comment section down below. Is this too much? I asked a bunch of people. I've been in people's DMs. I've been asking people, what do you want? You want quality? You want quantity? We're not getting both. Nas fans, we're not getting both. You rather quality or you rather quantity? So the question we're asking tonight, is Magic 2 too much music? I hear a lot of people, I hear a lot of these Nas fans get hyped. Nas is dropping a new album. Listen, I was here in the 90s, y'all. I was here in the 90s when the anticipation when the anticipation of a Nas album was about to drop, when Illmatic came out and Nas was about to drop his second album, it was written, I was here in the streets here in New York. When Hate Me Now came out, I was here in the streets. I saw what anticipation for a Nas album. What? When Nas dropped, it was written. It was written was the second album. Sorry. It was written. When Nas dropped, it was written, I was here. When Nas dropped I Am, when Nas dropped Nostradamus, well, let's not talk about Nostradamus. But I was here. And let me tell y'all, man, that was something special, y'all. For real. When Nas was about to drop an album, that was a special, when it was written, was about to come out, when people heard Nas' second album, oh, we had Illmatic, oh, he's dropping, when the anticipation for it was written, when that album dropped, when you drive by in Jamaica Avenue, Queens, when you went down on the Coliseum block, when you driving through Queens, when you was running anywhere in New York, you were uptown, downtown, you were in Brooklyn, anywhere you were in New York, everybody was bumping, it was written. Everybody. When I Am dropped, everybody was bumping I Am. Hate Me Now. Everybody. I couldn't tell you the last time I heard somebody playing a song from the KD series. I can't tell you the last time I heard anybody bumping Magic. Hey, listen. Show of hands. Show of hands. I'm talking to y'all. Hit the comments. Show of hands. When was the last time you bumped KD? Jason, don't count. Jason, don't hit the comments with this. Don't answer that question, Jason. You don't count. All right? When was the last time you bumped the KD album? When was the last time you bumped Magic? No disrespect. I got to say no disrespect, y'all. I got to say no disrespect to Nas because to tell you all the truth, when Cormega was about to drop his new album, when Cormega's new album was about to drop, we were dropping some stuff with the old Cormega album. Cormega's peoples were all up in my DMs talking about take the video down. I wasn't even dissing the video. So I got to say no disrespect because some of y'all artists, y'all be on some, y'all be in your feelings, yo. I had Cormega's peoples all up in my DMs. Yo, what you do? Stop it. Hit the comments, y'all. Let me hit some comments, man. Let me hit some comments. Let me hear what y'all got to say. When was the last time? When was the last time you bumped the KD? That's all I'm asking y'all. When was the last time you bumped the KD series? Jason got a comment. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to go to Kevin first. Kevin X says, Nas' last 5 albums been flawless. Kevin, stop. Kevin, stop. Kevin X. Kevin X Negro, stop. Let's not use the word flawless. I understand there were some solid albums. Magic was top tier. Magic was the best out of all. Flawless, I got to pause on that. Let me read that again. Kevin X says, Nas' last 5 albums have been flawless. Let's go back to Nas's 5 albums. Let's go to Nas' last 5 albums, y'all. All right? Magic 2. Great. Good album. Shout. King's Disease 3. Kevin, you on point so far. Magic. No, I'm sorry. King's Disease 3 is the last album. Magic is number 2. King's Disease 2. King's Disease 1. So that's 4 albums, Kevin. 4 albums. His fifth album before is Nasir. Kevin. Nasir was not. I'm a big Nas fan. I got a lot of Nas's albums in my catalog. Kevin, let's be honest. Let's have honest conversations, y'all. I like Kanye West as a producer. I think Kanye West is an amazing producer. I'm not a fan of the 6, 7, 8, 9 song albums. I really don't like that concept. Nasir was not that good of an album, guys. Let's be honest. Okay? So that's 5 albums. Nasir, King's Disease 2, Magic, King's Disease 3. I'll give him 4 nice albums, not 5, Kevin. All right? Thank you for that, Kevin. Jason says no. He's independent now, so he's free to make the type of music he wants and drop it whenever he wants. He's in a zone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is what I gotta ask you guys. Is too much too much? Let's go back to Nas's albums. Let's go back to why. What made Nas such an amazing MC? One of the things that made Nas an amazing MC, he was an amazing MC. He was an amazing MC. Nas stuck to his guns. He gave his fans what they wanted, and he stuck to who he was. He did not try to change his style. Only until he did Nostradamus and did that song with Genuine. But that's out of the question. All right? Nas gave us a formula. Nas' first album came out Illmatic 1994. His second album, it was written 1996. 2 years. Great album, great follow-up. It was written. His third album, I Am, 1999. 3 years. I just told y'all. It was written, dropped. Everybody was waiting for it. I Am dropped. Everybody was waiting for it. Nostradamus was in 1999. That was supposed to be the double CD. He dropped that later in the year. Down the toilet. Y'all know what happened. Okay? All right. Next album, Stillmatic. 2 years. 2001, Stillmatic came out. His next album, Godson. Amazing album. I love that album. Get down. Oh, Godson is hard, yo. I still bum Godson to this day. If you put in Nas albums, Illmatic, It Was Written, Godson, Lost Tapes, and Stillmatic. That's my 5. Godson gotta go in your top 5. If Godson's not in your top, let's get back to this. All right. Godson 2002. Street's Disciple 2004. That's a 2-year layoff. Hip Hop Is Dead 2006. That's a 2-year layoff. Untitled, oh my God, Untitled, the N album. Fire. 2000. Y'all see what I'm talking about. Let me hit the chat. The question today, is Magic 2 too much music? I need you guys to hit the chat and comment. Is Nas being a victim of making throwaway music? If you don't know what the concept of throwaway music is when the music comes out, it's there for a minute and it's gone. Okay? Is Nas a victim of throwaway music? Who is still bumping KD 1, 2, and 3? Hit the comments. Let me hear what y'all got to say. Hit the comments. Kevin, thank you for that reply. Jason, thank you for that. Iman is in the building. Shout out to Iman. Brooklyn is in the building. Iman says, I need one last album with the Illmatic album cover theme. Tough. Illmatic. Iman, that's tough. I like that. Thank you for that, Iman. Charlie got a comment. Charlie says, you think the King's Disease trilogy better than the Brooklyn trilogy? No way. There is no... Listen, you guys got to stop playing. Charlie, stop playing. There is no way I know some of you guys like having one producer on your album. But let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Let's be real. Somebody tell me a song. Tell me a song off of the KD series that made more noise than what's the name of that song? I'm gonna give you a song. Tell me the name of a song that made noise like Empire State of Mind. Tell me a song that's on the KD series that makes noise like Empire State of Mind. Tell me a song on the KD series that made more noise. What's the name of that song, y'all? Hold on, let me get the name of the song I'm trying to talk about. The Death of Autotune. Tell me a song that made more noise, that is more of an anthem, that is more memorable than DOA. La da da da. Good. I want to say to Nas and all his peoples that's watching this, no disrespect. Y'all be in your feelings. We not disrespecting nobody. We having conversations. But please hit the comments. Tell me a song that's more hype than Empire State of Mind and more that made more noise than the Death of Autotune. Charlie, tell me. There is no way the KD series is better than Blueprint Trilogy or the... Stop it. Charlie, thank you for the comment. Jason got a comment. Jason says, we was bumping those Nas albums in Newark, New Jersey too. Of course, Jason, you're not supposed to answer this, Jason. We all know what you're going to say. Jason said, I bumped those albums last week. Charlie got a comment. Charlie says, Nasir was some of Kanye's worst production in his career. Let's be real, y'all. We're not being disrespectful. Sometimes when your favorite artist put out music, you gotta be honest. Nasir was not that good. Who is still bumping Nasir? When you go to the club, who do you hear Nasir songs in the club? When you go out and you go to events, is anybody bumping Nasir songs? Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. Charlie, thank you for that. Nasir, Mr. Malloy's in the building. Mr. Malloy, thanks for coming through. Thanks for always showing love. Mr. Malloy says, we normally take years in between albums. Now he is a lot more consistent, which is good in the era of music. Thank you for that, Mr. Malloy. Iman says, I'm from Harlem. Harlem in the building. Shout out to Harlem, man. Shout out to the Pink Revolution. Shout out to that boy Killer. Come, Killer. Shout out to Iman. Harlem's in the building. Iman says, I'm on Fire was cool, but not a major hit. Jason says, we can't even name Jay-Z's songs without looking them up. Ho will be ashamed. All right. Let me go through some stuff here. I'm asking you guys today, and I just showed you guys an example of too much music. All right. I want to go to another slide. I'm gonna go to another slide. Okay. This is the DMX slide right here. This is the DMX slide right here. Okay. DMX released It's Dark and Hell is Hot in 1998. He dropped 2 albums in 1 year. It's Dark as Hell and Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood is the second album. He dropped that in 1998. 2 albums in 1 year. The next year he dropped, and then there was X 1999. So he dropped consistently 1 year. He took a 2-year layoff. He came back with the Great Depression. He took a 2-year layoff. He came back with the Grand Champ. He took a 3-year layoff. He came back with Year of the Dog again. And then 2012, he did Undisputed. And then he started doing all the other stuff. Then 2012. So look at DMX's run. Hold on. Is too much music too much? Is what I'm asking you guys. Who is still bumping KD and Magic? All right, we're going to go to the next slide. The next slide, this is Snoop Doggy Dogg, another one of your favorite artists. Snoop Doggy Dogg released Doggy Style in 1993. Classic album. Super classic. Super classic. All right. Snoop Dogg's next album was Dogfather 3 years later. His third album, The Game Is to Be Sold Not Told, 2 years later. No Limit Top Dog, this is when he went over to Master P. He left Death Row Records. He joined Master P. He dropped the album right away, 1999. And then he dropped Last Meal in 2000. Arguably, you could say that Last Meal album was Snoop Dogg started to go down after that. That's my opinion. All right. Pay the Cost to Be the Boss. 2 years later, I love that album. One of my favorite Snoop Dogg albums. 2 more years after that, 2004, he dropped this. You see what? Is Nas dropping too much music in too short of a time? Is this throwaway music? Who is still bumping KD? Hit the chat down below. We're gonna keep going. We got some more. I got another one for y'all. Hold up. I got another one for y'all. Let's go right here. All right. So this is Eric B and Rakim. Rakim dropped the 18th Letter, 1997. 2 years later, the God MC, The Master, 1999. All right. His next album was in 2009. That was The Seventh Seal. All right. So the albums with Eric B, 87, 88. So back to back, Paid in Full. Classic. Go check out Paid in Full. Next album after that, Follow the Leader, 1998. He took a 2-year hiatus. He came back in 1990, dropped Let the Rhythm Hit Him, and then he took another 2-year hiatus. He came back with Don't Sweat the Technique. When you drop albums with a gap in between, you give the fans something to think about. You're not flooding the market with music. You get an album, you listen to it, you get used to it, you get to love the songs, you learn the verses, and then you keep on bumping that 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 months, and then the artist drops another album 2 or 3 years later. If Nas is dropping albums year after year after year after year, is it too much? Hit the comments. I want to hear y'all. It Was Written was an event. Everybody was waiting for It Was Written. Everybody was waiting for I Am. When Jay-Z dissed him on the Takeover, the break's over. Jigga, God MC, me, Jehovah. Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war, ROC. When Jay-Z dropped the Takeover and ripped Nas apart, woke him up, Nas came back with Still Mad. Tell me the last time you heard Funkmaster Flex drop a bomb on a Nas song. Tell me the last time Funkmaster Flex was bombing ether. Flex was bombing ether. Jay-Z, you've been on my shit. You love my style. Will not. Look, when was the last time you got that excited about a Nas song? Tell me. I don't hear nobody bumping KD. When was the last time when you guys hyped about a Nas song? That you bumped it in your car, you bumped it in the car, you bumped it in your house, you bumped it. When was the last time you went to a barbecue and heard Nas being bumped in a barbecue? We gonna keep going. Hold up. We gonna keep going. We got one more. I got one more for y'all. Hit that like button down below if you like these videos, man. I got one more for y'all. All right. I got one more for y'all. This is one of my favorite groups right here. This is Mobb Deep. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Mobb Deep dropped Juvenile Hell in 1993. Maybe Mobb Deep's greatest album, maybe their best album ever, The Infamous, came out in 1995. 2-year hiatus. We had to wait 2 years to get Infamous, and when we got Infamous, we were going berserk. 1996, they dropped Hell on Earth. 1 year later, great amazing album, Hell on Earth. Oh, they got at Tupac. Rest in peace, Tupac. You my man. Tupac, you my man. You my man. But Prodigy got at you, Pac. Prodigy got you. All right, Pac. Rest in peace, Pac. Pac, rest in peace. Rest in peace. But Prodigy got you. All right. Hell on Earth, amazing album. 1999, Murder Music. Ooh, why you had to face me this way? Why you had to down the concrete? How long have you been? Forever you're a part of me. Yo, ooh, Murder Me. Yo, yo, they got it, Jay-Z. If you never listened to the Murder Music album, Mobb Deep got in Jay-Z's ASS, yo. Yo, they went after Hope of God, all right? And that was 3 years. They waited 3 years after Hell on Earth to drop Murder Music. All right? And then they dropped Infamy 2001. That's another 2-year hiatus before they dropped Infamy. Then they dropped 2004. That was 3 years later. Then they dropped Blood Money 2. That's when they went to G-Unit. I hated that era. But 2 years later, they dropped Blood Money. You give your fans some time. Iman has a comment. Iman says 444 album was trash. We got Sarah in the building. Sarah, thank you very much for coming through. Sarah, I got a comment. Sarah says, never too much. Never too much. Making Paper probably had these in the vault. Woo. Let me stop right there for a second. Let me stop right there for a second. And I don't know the answer to this question. I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to ask you guys this question. I'm going to use what Sarah says. Sarah says, never too much. Making Paper probably had these in the vault. This is the question I got for you guys. And again, I don't know the answer. I'm asking you. Hit the comments. Let me know. Does an artist make more money off of dropping albums every other year when people anticipate another album, when they have an album to hold on to, listen to, it sells? Or does the artist make more money dropping constant music? Again, my argument is, if you release too much music, once the first piece comes out and you drop the next one 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 months later, do people move on from that and move on to the next thing? So are they making more money dropping more and flooding the market? Or are they making more money, drop one per year, one every 2 years, and get the lifespan of that album? Hit the comments. I don't know the answer. Hit the comments. Thank you for that, Sarah. We got Big Lebowski in the building. Big Lebowski, thanks for coming through. Big Lebowski says, there is nothing like too much good music. I like that. Let me stop there. That is a great point. Big Lebowski, that's a very good point, y'all. Let me repeat this. Big Lebowski has a comment. Big Lebowski says, there is nothing like too much good music. He says, Big Lebowski says, I am playing KD 1, 2, 3, and Magic. I think that's a very great comment. I personally do not think that the KD 1, 2, 3 series is that strong. That's my opinion. I don't think it's that strong of a 3-run album. But Big Lebowski, that is a great comment. I love that comment. We got Q Sims in the building. Q Sims, thanks for coming through. Q Sims got a comment. Q Sims says, I've been playing all 4 consistently since they dropped. Shout out to Q Sims. Q Sims is enjoying the albums. Mr. Malloy says, Nas normally take years in between albums. Now he's a lot more consistent, which is good in the era of music. Nas is definitely one of my favorite rappers, but Nas is not getting played in the clubs today like he was back in the days. I started off by telling you guys. The anticipation for Nas's second, third, fourth Stillmatic Godson albums, it was heavy. I live in Jamaica, Queens, y'all. I live in hometown. I honestly do not hear cars passing by bumping KD. I'm being honest. So I'm asking you, is too much too much? Let me hit some more comments before we get back into it. Thank you for all the comments, Joe. Mr. Malloy, Q Sims, Big Lebowski, thank you. Big Lebowski has another comment. Big Lebowski says, that was 10 years ago, man. This is a different era. This is another great point. Another great point from Big Lebowski. Music is being released and consumed in a totally different way today. This is true. Shout out to Big Lebowski with the good points. I see you, Big Lebowski. Great points. The era of the 90s and the early 2000s, the way music was released, the way music was consumed, it's being consumed in a different way today. This is facts. Big Lebowski is speaking truth. But Nas is not a new artist. Nas fans are not used to what these new artists are doing today. A lot of these new artists come and go. A lot of these new artists drop a hot song for a month. 2 months later, it's gone. So is Nas falling into the same trap as these new artists? But Big Lebowski, that is a great point. I love that point. Thank you for that. Let me hit some more comments here. We got Boy Wonder 07 in the building. Boy Wonder 07 has a comment. Boy Wonder said, bro, do you understand the business? Not really. Boy Wonder, let me just explain. Boy Wonder 07, I am not in the business. Don't come to me for statistics and numbers with the business. I'm just having a conversation. Don't take my word for anything, Boy Wonder. I'm not sitting up here telling you I know everything. So if you're new to this channel, if you're new to Onslaught Tree, Boy Wonder 007, listen. Have your opinion. I have my opinion. No disrespect. Let me get back to Boy Wonder's comment. Boy Wonder says, bro, do you understand the business? Back then, the label was behind Nas. He's independent now. That is what somebody else just said. Let me see somebody just said that as well. So big Boy Wonder 007, someone else in the chat just said that. So shout out to you. Thank you for the comment. Fresh Boy RD Entertainment. Fresh Boy RD, thanks for coming back. Fresh Boy RD has a comment. He says, Nas went bankrupt when he was on Major. Now he's independent. Damn, it feels good. I'm one of Jay's young boys. Okay, listen. I am not saying don't get your money. I'm not saying that, guys. I'm not saying, Nas, don't get your money. Don't get your paper up. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking you guys, in this spectrum, I listen to a lot of music, guys. If you have all of these, you have Tidal, you have Spotify, you have Apple Music, you have Pandora, you have all of these entities to get music from. There is a million MCs out there. MCs are dropping music each and every day. If my artist is dropping music every other month, every other 3-6 months, am I gonna get tired of it? Am I consuming it and enjoying it for the time it was supposed to be enjoyed? If I'm playing a video game, if I'm playing Call of Duty, and Call of Duty the next year, Call of Duty comes out, I'm not playing the next Call of Duty. I'm asking you guys, if he's dropping music so close, are you still going back to KD1, KD2, 3? The question is it too much? I'm not saying Nas don't get your money. I'm just saying, is he flooding the market in a way where it's too much? Shout out to the comment from Fresh Boy ID. Q Sims has a comment. Q Sims says he had a 6-year gap between LIG and Nasir. As long as he's inspired and still dropping quality projects, who cares? Okay, cool. I want to move to another piece of this. I want to move to something else on this. I want to jump to something else on this. All right? I want to jump to another aspect of this. So Nas and 50 Cent decide that they're going to promote their new song coming out tomorrow. Now listen, y'all. Throwback Thursday, when y'all finish here tonight, go back and listen, go watch our video, Throwback Thursday, all right? If you're new to Nas, if you're new to 50 Cent, Nas and 50 Cent, they were not that cool. They were not that cool. If you know, Nas and 50 has been throwing shots at each other on albums for years. Go back and listen to Piggy Bank. Go watch our video we dropped today. Nas and 50 Cent, they were never that cool. Why is it that Nas and 50 are promoting a song together? Why is that the first song that they're promoting? Go back and listen to what 50 Cent had to say about Nas and Khalees. Go back and listen to what Nas had to say about 50's mom's crib. Go back and listen to it. When you look at both artists, Nas, a God MC, 50 Cent. Listen, I'm home based, y'all. I'm from Queens. I can talk about this. What is the coalition with Nas being a God MC making a song with 50 Cent? We just saw what Nas did to 21 Savage a few months ago. Why is Nas and 50 the first song they're coming out with? That's what they're promoting? Nas and 50 Cent? Is Nas trying to dominate the music landscape now that there's no competition? Is Nas dropping all of this music now because all the heavy hitters are gone? Fabulous is a IG model now. Fabulous is out of here. Fabulous ain't doing nothing. Jadakiss is building his new Starbucks empire. Jadakiss is out there selling coffee. Shout out to Jadakiss. Jadakiss out of here. You ain't gonna see Jadakiss dropping albums. Jim Jones is beefing with Pusha T. Jim Jones is over there doing weatherman commercials. Jim Jones out of here. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, what's Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg is doing commercials. Every time we look around, Snoop Dogg is doing. It's Nas dropping music now that there is no competition. Ludacris, throw them bow. Ludacris is out there doing movies. Ludacris is doing Fast 5 movies. Ludacris ain't around no more. Who is Nas' competition now? Why wasn't he dropping albums like this when the heavy hitters was around? DMX is gone. Rest in peace, X. Rest in peace, X. DMX ain't here no more to drop the fire albums. Jay-Z home babysitting. Jay-Z's home babysitting right now. Jay-Z ain't doing nothing. Iman just said 444 was trash. Is Nas taking advantage of there not being no heavy hitter artist coming at him? He's making songs with 50 Cent? Come on, y'all. Come on. If you don't see through this, I see through this. I want to see a show of hands, y'all. Who's still bumping KD series? Who's still bumping Magic? Starvin Marvin is in the building. Starvin Marv says, how late is coming out? How late is coming out? I don't know. It might drop midnight, hopefully so. Abracadabra 303 is in the chat. Abracadabra says, bro, only Nas got this lame disrespect. Oh my God, here we go. Why we gotta be being disrespectful if we're voicing our opinions, Abracadabra? See, this is the thing I heard about music. And this is the thing I also love about our chat. You could come here and voice your opinion. No one's being disrespectful. We're having conversations, Abracadabra. You want me to sit in the corner and don't say nothing? You want me to sit in the corner and just buy the music? Is that what you want me to do? You want me not to voice my opinion? Is that what you want, Abracadabra? I can't talk about an artist. I can't express my feelings about how I feel about an artist doing something. Come on now. Abracadabra, thank you for the comment. I appreciate you for coming through. Thank you. We truly appreciate you for coming through. All right. Q Sims has another comment. Q Sims says he's 30 years in. Shout out to Nas for that. He's 30 years in. There's no flaming out for him. His core fan base is set. 11 million monthly listeners on Spotify alone. Yeesh. Ooh. But let me be clear, y'all. Let me be clear. I know I just said, why is 50 and Nas doing music together? They dropped bars against each other. Listen, I want to be clear, y'all. It's a beautiful thing to see artists that had disagreements come back today and mend their friendships or whatever they had. All right, you saw 50 and Fat Joe. They don't have no beef no more. They're doing stuff. All right, you see 50 and who else? It's just 50 and somebody else. 50 and somebody else just recently started being cool again. And then you look at Jay-Z and Nas. Jay-Z and Nas, they went back and forth with their stuff. And you look at Jay-Z and Nas now, they're doing business together. Both of them are healthy. Both of them are getting money, being progressive. So I want to be clear, man. Shout out to 50. Shout out to Nas. Whatever y'all did to mend that. That's what it's all about. Grown men doing grown things. But again, it's okay for us to have conversations and to ask questions, y'all. So, today the question we're asking is Magic too much? Is Nas a victim of making throwaway music? Is Nas dropping too much music? Oh, yeah. It was Jeezy and Gucci. Jeezy and Gucci also, they had beef. And look at Jeezy and Gucci still able to sit down and have conversations together. So hit the chat, yo. Hit the chat. Let me hit a few more comments. See what y'all talking about. Let me see what y'all got going up in the chat here. Thanks for everybody for coming through. Jason says they squashed their beef at Summer Jam years ago. That was an event, y'all. Let me just say, man, when Jay-Z and Nas went up on that stage and they just stood there for like 10 minutes straight, not saying anything, that was a moment in time, y'all. Shout out to Jay-Z, Nas for that. Jason says, damn, not Fabulous, the IG model. Listen, y'all, I'm just being real. Go check out Fabulous Instagram. Go check out Fabulous's Twitter. Go check out Fabulous. All Fabulous is doing now is dressing nice and putting on chains and ankle bracelets. I'm not being real. I'm being real. Go check it out. Fabulous is an IG model now. I'm just saying. You're not making no fire music no more. Where the summertime shootouts at? We were getting summertime shootouts every other year. Every other 2 years, we got a summertime shootout. We were getting what was that called? The lost tape, the soul tape. We were getting soul tape for. Shout out, man. Shout out to Jason, man. Charlie has a comment. Charlie says, on the internet, they're saying me and you and them, but Nas fall in love with. Oh, God, man. Yo, yeah. Q Sims has a comment. Q Sims says, it isn't Nas' fault these guys aren't dropping projects. Listen, man. Why wasn't Nas doing this when the heavy hitters were here? Why wasn't Nas dropping all these albums in the 90s when Jay was getting at him? Let me change this picture up here because it's going. Jay-Z gonna make y'all mad. Let me take the Jay-Z off of here, man. Let me take the J-Hove off of here, man. Let me put up something here for you guys, man. But on the real though, I'm looking forward to the album. Hopefully it drops at midnight tonight. This is the album list. Nas dropped this himself. This is off of Nas's Instagram page. Okay, so this is the official track listing of Magic 2. It looks like there are 10 tracks and 1 bonus track. Intro. Track number 2 is Abracadabra. Track number 3, Office Hours featuring 50 Cent. Track number 4 is Black Magic. Track number 5 is Motion. Track number 6 is Bokeem Woodbine. Is that Bokeem the actor? Is that his name? Is that Bokeem? I don't know if that's Bokeem's name, but let me know in the chat, yo. Track number 7, Irvin Magic Johnson. Nas usually does commemorative tracks. If you remember, he did some tracks with I think like a Rakim. He normally does tracks talking about some of his favorite people. So Irvin Magic Johnson might be one of those tracks as well. Track number 8, What This All Really Means. Track number 9, Slow It Down. Track number 10, Pistols on Your Album Cover. And there's a bonus track. Shout out to the bonus tracks, man. Shout out to bringing the bonus tracks back, baby. Track number 11, One Mic, One Gun, featuring 21 Savage. It is an old song. It is an old song. I really didn't like this song, but shout out to Nas bringing back the bonus tracks, yo. Hit the comments. What do y'all think about the track listing? This is the official track listing for Magic 2. Hopefully it drops at midnight tonight. I'm going to have my title ready to scoop it up, put it on my favorites, and listen to it. Let me know how y'all feel about the album dropping tonight. Jason says he made song with 50 Cent back in the day. Projects Too Hot and Who I Rep With. Shout out to that. Mr. Malloy says Nas 30 plus in the game strong. But Nas, we need that verse with Jay-Z. I think Nas and Jay-Z has 3 songs together. I enjoyed them all. I think Black Republican still might be my favorite song from Jay. Here's the thing about Nas and Jay, right? Nas and Jay come from an era where they were both beloved MCs. Like Brooklyn loves their MCs, okay? And Brooklyn rallied around Jay-Z. Queens, same thing. Queens loved their MCs. And the way Nas came into the game and how he captured that street audience with his bars and his production, Nas had his following in Queens as well. When that beef between Jay-Z and Nas happened, that divided a lot of people, yo. Queens and Brooklyn were at each other's throats, yo. There was a point where you had to choose, you rocking with Hova, Brooklyn, or you rocking with Nas, Queens. Here in New York, that's how it was. All right? So when people saw Jay and Nas go on that stage and just stood there and the crowd going crazy, it was an amazing time for hip hop. And we've been asking ever since then to get music, Jay and Nas. Yes, we got a few tracks together, but a lot of people were anticipating best of both worlds type stuff. And the way how R. Kelly and Jay-Z made a classic album, Best of Both Worlds, people were anticipating Jay-Z and Nas to do a joint album. I don't know if that time has passed, but there was a time in the 2000s where the people wanted to see a Jay-Z and Nas collaborate album. I don't know if we still want that. So, Mr. Malloy, Thank you for that. Yes, we do want the Jay and Nas verse. I'll take a verse today. A whole album, I don't know if we're going to see it. Mr. Malloy said Fab Flame started to burn out after that verses with Jadakiss. Jadakiss smashed that boy. Ooh. Ooh. Fab was trying to be too cute. Jadakiss smashed that boy. Shout out to Mr. Malloy. Thanks for that comment. Jason has a few comments. Jason says he was selling millions when Pac, Biggie, Pun, and DMX was alive. That's not true. Illmatic wasn't selling like that. Illmatic never sold like Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Illmatic never sold like It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That is not true. Illmatic was a classic album. Nas started to sell albums when he crossed over with Puff Daddy on I Am. Nas started to sell real numbers when Hate Me Now came out. Don't do that, Jason. Illmatic was a great album. It did not sell that well. It Was Written was even better. It's so better than Illmatic. Nas started selling music when the I Am album came out. I'm not saying the albums wasn't fire. Illmatic was fire. It Was Written was fire. Nas really started to move units when the I Am album came out, when he changed up his production, when he started appealing to more people. Somebody just says Nas has his core fans. Yes, he does. But let's be real. Nas started to make real paper when the I Am album dropped. And a lot of Nas fans was unhappy with that album. They thought it was too commercial. I still love Nas, but I was here. I was here in New York. I was here in Queens. Let me finish Jason's comment. Jason says he was selling millions. He was when Pac, Biggie, Pun, DMX was alive and was going platinum before Hove, Reasonable Doubt. That is true. Jay-Z's first album did not sell that well. Jay-Z started making real money after when he dropped the In My Lifetime Volume 2, I believe. In My Lifetime Volume 1 wasn't selling that well either. Jay-Z started really making noise when he dropped In My Lifetime Volume 2. Listen, I was here. I keep telling y'all. I was in the streets. I was out there in Jamaica Ave. I was on Jamaica Ave, bumping into LL Cool J, bumping into the Lost Boys. I was here. All right. Jason, my friend Jason comment. Jason said before Hove, Reasonable Doubt went platinum, It Was Written sold more in the same year. That's facts. Illmatic, It Was Written sold way more than Reasonable Doubt. That is facts. There's no disputing that. Shout out to Jason for that. Jason also says Nas and 50 squashed their beef years ago at Summer Jam. They were cool at first. Nas took him on the Nostradamus tour. They fell out over a misunderstanding by Irv Gotti and Steve Styles. So yeah, when 50 Cent first came out, Nas was already established. And yes, Nas did have him open up and do some stuff with them. Yes, and there was some stuff that was going on that Nas said 50 to. But you got to understand. Listen, you got to understand, guys, if you weren't around, when 50 Cent first came in the game, he wasn't really making that much noise. When he was running around with Lost Boys and those boys. When he dropped How to Rob, he changed his whole thinking process. He like, yo, look, I'm gonna diss all these rappers. I'm gonna call all these names. Pun, you too fat, how you gonna rap? And that's gonna blow me up. And it worked. Okay, so 50 didn't come in the game spitting hot fire. 50 came in the game dissing a whole bunch of rappers, and rappers that were already established. Big Pun, Jay, they answered, and that's how 50 started his rise in hip hop. All right, thank you for that, Jason. Jason got another comment. Jason says, "I was referring to It Was Written 4 million. Shout out to It Was Written. I Am 2 million. Shout out to I Am. 1.5 mil. I wasn't talking about Illmatic. Shout out to Jason. Shout out for that clarification. We got Saye. I don't want to butcher this name. Saye Yadolo has a comment, says, it was written, sold triple platinum. You don't know how hip. Y'all be acting like the first month, first 2 months, first 3 months, these albums sold double, triple platinum. It was written, didn't sell 1 million when it first came out, first week, first 2 weeks. You know what? Saya, thank you for the comment. As I will tell y'all, go back and look at the numbers. The I Am album was Nas's most successful album around that time. Illmatic had a cult following. It was written, had a cult following. The I Am album took Nas on a whole different stage. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to, I hope I'm not butchering your name, Saya Yadolo. Thanks for the comment. Q Sims has a comment. Q Sims says, I was written when, it was written when, thank you guys. Thank you. I think you guys are misrepresenting what I'm saying with the timeline of how much they sold later down the line. Thanks for the comment. It was written was his best album sales wise. Thank you for that. Bob T got a comment. Bob T says, no, it was written, sold 2 million within 3 months and was number 1 in the country for 4 straight weeks. Not I Am. Thank you. Thank you for the correction, guys. Thank you for the correction. Let me hit some more comments up in here. Thanks for everyone for coming through. He said, Jason shaking my head. Saya says, we was in Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn, man. Shout out to the whole Brooklyn crew out there, man. Mr. Malloy says, we need that Jay and Nas versus. That's not going to happen. Nas is not going to do a versus. Nas is too big of an artist to do a versus. Nas is not, listen, Nas ain't coming down to the peasants. Nas is not coming down to do no verses. Jay-Z, y'all see what Jay is doing. Jay is not coming down in the basement to do no verses. No disrespect to Nas and Jay. I don't think it's going to happen. Unless they do a football stadium and they get 1-2 million each. I don't see Nas doing a versus. I don't see Jay doing a versus. It got to be a stadium. And they got to be getting some millions to do it. That's my opinion. Saya Yadolo says, fam, LOL, we were all here. Shout out to the whole 90s crew, man. Shout out to everybody from the 90s. Triboro's in the building. Shout out to Triboro, man. Yo, y'all go IG. Go follow Triboro Gigolo, man. Got his IG page. Great hip-hop historian. You want to learn about hip-hop, you want to learn about TV, you want to learn about movies, go check out Triboro Gigolo's page. Shout out to Try's in the comments. Let me see what Try got to say. Hold on. Try says, it was written when gold on 9 days. I remember that. Shout out to it was written. Shout out to the info, man. You guys got some information in here throwing around with the albums, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all of y'all that was here when the albums dropped. But again, the question we asking everybody today is Magic 2 too much music? Is Nas dropping too much music in a short of a time? How much music can we consume from our favorite MC? How much music are we going to listen to until we're on to the next? Who is still bumping KD1, KD2, KD3, and Magic? I live on Jamaica Ave. I don't hear anybody bumping the KD series. I'm being totally honest with you guys. Hit the chat down below. I need to hear from you guys. Is it too much? Is he becoming a victim of throwaway music? And we got Saya. I'm going to say Saya. I don't want to butcher your name, Saya. My apologies. Saya has a comment. Saya says, to answer your question, I think Nas is doing this for the love of hip hop. We need to appreciate this run. Sold out MSG this year. Movie soundtracks. There is no way he should be out working cats. I want to pause there for a second. Saya, thank you for the comment. That's a nice comment. And I think I think what Sia is saying, it has some merit to it. If you look at Nas throughout his career, let me go back and put it back up. Let me go put it back up. Just to say, thank you for that comment. Let me go back to that comment. Let me go back to this. Right? If you look at Nas's career, if you look at Nas throughout his career, Nas was never an artist to put out too much. Nas used to always put out music, fall back, put out music, fall back. Nas was never one of those, yo, I got to put out an album every year. Back in the days, Nas wasn't like that. Look at his run. 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, up until Life is Good 2012. And we all know what happened around the Stillmatic time when Nas was taking care of family business and Jay-Z tried to sneak attack. We all know Nas was chilling, minding his business, not really concentrating on music. Jay pushed his buttons, Nas dropped Stillmatic. But if you look at Nas's career, Nas was never one of those artists to always drop every year. He always used to take, look at the track record. He always used to take his hiatus and come back whenever he's ready. So Saya is making a good point. Maybe now he's just in love with hip hop, in love with the production of what Hit Boy is giving him. He's seeing these young boys out here doing it. I know he's doing stuff with movies. I know he's directing stuff. I know he got microchip stuff going on in Silicon Valley. I know he got sweet chick restaurants. I know Nas is getting money all over the place. But Saya has a point. Maybe he's so in love with the music, the production from Hit Boy, hearing the music. Maybe that's why he's dropping a lot of that stuff. Sold out MSG, that's fact. Not a lot of your favorite artists can sell out MSG, yo. MSG is Madison Square Garden, if you don't know. So, great points. Great points. And Saya finishes by saying, there's no way he should be out working cats. That's a good point. Like I told y'all, I love Fabulous as an artist. I think he has good longevity. Fabulous is nowhere to be found. I love Jadakiss. Jadakiss drops stuff here and there. Jadakiss is doing this coffee thing now. You don't hear Jadakiss. Some of my favorite artists, they just aren't dropping music. So shout out. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Shout out to Nas for doing what he's doing. I'm just asking y'all a question. So Saya, thank you. That's a great point. Tribal says Magic 2 will be good. I love the output Nas is dropping. He is really the king. Shout out to Tribal Gigolo. All right, Nas is the king. Okay. Q Sim says, how is it throwaway music when it's highly critically acclaimed? It's not just a bunch of trash or scraps from sessions. Okay, Q Sims, let me explain. Let me explain this. When I say throwaway music, right? Let's compare the two eras. Let's compare the 1990s to the late 20s, where we are right now, right? In the 1990s, an artist will drop an album, and you will get that album, right? And then you'll be able to consume that album. You'll be able to listen to every track, listen to the tracks over and over, get comfortable with the album, know all the bars, know all the production. Everywhere you go, you heard that album. You went to the club, you went out there, you went to barbecue. So you got a piece, you got an album, and you had time to listen to it. Month after month after month after month after month, you listen to the album. The artist was not dropping another album within that same tour. Some artists did it, not all. The artist wasn't dropping music for another 24 months. So you had the opportunity to consume that album and let the album sink in. It sink into you. You know verse by verse. You know verse. You gonna listen to Doggy Style. You know verse by verse. You gonna listen to It's Dark and Hell is Hot. You know verse by verse. You gonna listen to any Tupac. You gonna listen to Big Pun. You know every single verse. When an artist today is dropping an album today, and the next 6-7 months, the next year, they're dropping another album, you don't have time to properly consume the album. You don't have time to properly just listen to that album. And nowadays, There are so many artists listening to music, releasing music. So when I say throw away music, what I mean is that the consumer does not have enough time to consume the album before something else comes out and they move on. There are some albums where when that album came out, that album had a 1, 2, 3 year run, and that album was hot all the way through on the charts. Now you look at the album, it hit the chart, 5, 4, 3, the next week, gone. So when I say throw away music, I'm just saying when they release these albums in so close proximity, are you jumping on to the next thing and to the next thing, and you don't have time to consume the album? But shout out for that. Shout out for that that comment. I appreciate that comment. Bob T has a comment. Bob T says, Nas is definitely doing this for the love. That's the same thing Sayah just said. He don't need rap money to keep the lights on. Shout out to Bob T. Bob T, thanks for coming through. We got Twan Nino. Twan Nino said, blessed Sabbath day. Twan, thanks for coming through. Triborough has a comment. Triborough says, this is the greatness from Nas. Fans were waiting for, back when he was dropping crap like hip hop is dead and Nasir. We are seeing Nas in his golden ears. Why wasn't Nas doing this when Jay-Z was on his, when DMX was on his, when Ludacris was on, when Scarface was on, why wasn't Nas doing this then? All of the heavy hitters are gone. Jay-Z is a babysitter. Fabulous is an IG model. Jadakiss is selling coffee. Jadakiss is Starbucks right now. Why wasn't Nas doing this when the heavy hitters were here? Snoop Dogg is doing commercials. Ludacris is doing movies. Shout out to Triborough, man. Triborough. Yo, listen, y'all. If y'all haven't followed Triborough on IG, go check out Triborough's page, man. Triborough has an amazing page. One of the greatest historian, hip hop, R&B. Go check out Tri page, man. Shout out to Triborough, man. Tri has another comment. Tri says, these kids don't know how to live. Let me see where. Live with an album for 6 months to a year. They listen to something tonight, then delete it off their playlist tomorrow. This is exactly what I'm saying. How long are we sticking with these albums? Social Elite 82 says, man, we live in different times. You can still listen to it. Okay. Again, Social Elite 82. I agree. The 90s, early 2000s, and today, totally different times. I totally agree. Shout out to Social Elite for coming through. Appreciate it. Q Sims has another comment. Q Sims says, it's a different time. Music is much more accessible. I can create a playlist and put all of KD Magic tracks on there and listen to it for a whole week straight if I wanted. Again, Q Sims, that is true. That's true. I have my Nas playlist. My Nas playlist, it don't go past, my Nas playlist really don't go past Stillmatic right now. Well, the N album still gets burned. I still like the N album. But my Nas playlist is the Illmatic, It Was Written, I Am, not Nostradamus. Nostradamus is not in my playlist. Godson, I love Godson. The first Lost Tapes, Stillmatic. And that's it, man. And the N album, I usually have those in my playlist. Thank you for that, Q Sims. Junior Poe is in the building. Junior Poe says, you are speaking facts. Thank you. Jay Boogie with the hoodie in the building. Jay Boogie said, what is this guy talking about? Stop it. You killing my rush for the album to drop. Album dropping tonight, y'all. Let me put it back up. Let me put it back up, y'all. The track list is here. We got the track list. This is the track list for the album, y'all. Dropping tonight, Magic 2. Let me see what's going on. Triborough has a comment. Triborough says, I blame the artist too. When Jadakiss drop an album today, then a new mixtape next week, then wonder why people feel like he doesn't have any classic albums. Styles P is a victim of this also. If we go back maybe 3-4 years ago, there was a time when Styles P was dropping album after album after. Styles P dropped like 3 albums within a 2-year period. Okay, let me find out right now. Hold on. Styles P was on a tear. Hold on. Let me get the album. Let me be real. Let me be real with y'all. I was very annoyed with Styles P, and I loved it because I love Styles P, but Styles P had dropped G-Host, the G-Host album in 2028, which I think is one of his best albums. He dropped the Beloved album with Dave East in 2018 as well. 2 albums in 1 year. He dropped Dime Bag in 2018 as well. 3 albums. In 2019, he dropped SP, the GOAT album in 2019. In 2019, he dropped Generational Excellence with Noah Styles. In 2019, he dropped Styles P Presence. In 2020, he dropped Styles P David. Then in 2021, he dropped Ghostin', and then in 2022, he dropped Wreckage Manor. Listen, I'm a huge Styles P fan. I'm a huge Styles P fan. But from that 2018 to 2020 run, Styles P dropped way too much music. I couldn't even get through a good album, and Styles P was dropping more music. But shout out to Styles P. That Dime Bag album, that Beloved album, and that G-Host album are some of my favorites. So shout out to Styles P for that. Like I said, right on top here, we have the track listing. Y'all see the track listing right here. Album dropping tonight. Let's hit a few more comments, y'all. See what y'all saying. Jeremiah the Prophet says Nas Fetus. Fetus, if you don't know, was a bonus track on the Lost Tapes album. A lot of people don't really know about Fetus, but if you have the physical copy of the original Lost Tapes, Fetus is actually a bonus track on that album. So shout out to that. Jeremiah the Prophet says Nas Blaze of 50, another heavy song off of the Lost Tapes album. Ooh, Jeremiah know his. Bob T says 9402 Nas was prime. That's a long prime. That's an 8-year run. 8-year run? That's an 8-year word. Hold up. That's an 8-year run. Hold on. Let's go back to that. Hold up. Bob T says 94 to 02 Nas was in his prime. 94 was Illmatic. 02 was Godson. Wait. Yo, you missed out. So you're not rocking. Oh, that's a good point, yo. That's a good point. Bob T says Nas prime was 94, which was Illmatic, all the way to 2002. That's facts. Illmatic, It Was Written, I Am, Nostradamus, Stillmatic, Godson, Street's Disciple was. That's facts. Bob T, shout out to Bob T. Yes, Godson was maybe one of Nas's best albums until he dropped the N album, which is called Untitled. Bob T, thank you for that. Bob T has another comment. Bob T says, facts, let's not act like Nas was dropping classics when the Biggie and Pacs were around. Listen, I love Nas, y'all. I love Nas. But if you were from the 90s and the early 2000s, there was a lot of competition, y'all. And the competition wasn't who sold the most albums. It was really who had the best music. Like right now, it's all about album sales. If you install it, yes, artists wanted to sell back then. I'm not saying no, but secretly, a lot of these artists were going at each other's necks. And I dare any one of you to tell me Nas had a better run than Jay-Z. I dare any one of you to say Nas came out of his hardcore box. When Jay-Z was hitting the hardcore, the R&B, the club, I dare anybody to tell me the run that Jay-Z had for the King of New York crown, Nas had that same crown. Not when Jay-Z was around. Nas was never the King of New York when Jay was running New York. I dare anyone, anybody. And again, I want to be clear. The God MC, Nas is the God MC. But he was locked in a box. When Nas tried to get out of that box and he made the Hate Me Now record, you Nas fans hated him. All you Nas elites. When Nas tried to get out of that box and he got genuine and he started doom 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 shorty, say what? You guys, y'all hated him for that. Y'all spat on the Nostradamus album because Nas tried to broaden his appeal. So what did Nas do? Went back into his box. Jay-Z took that box, went to the R&B, went to the clubs. I dare any one of y'all to tell me Nas had a longer run than Jay. But shout out to Nas though. Shout out to the God MC, yo. Shout out to the God MC. Bob T has a comment. Bob T says Book of Rhymes is the best song on God's Son. I don't know, man. I don't know about that, Bob T. Hold on. That opening track on God's Son, listen, wait, hold on. I don't know if there's any song on that album better than Get Down. I don't know. Let me go look at the track list. Hold on, let me go look at the track list real quick. Let me go, and I love God's Son. I love God's Son. I don't know, man. I don't know. Get Down? The production on Get Down? No, I'm not putting that over Get Down. Made You Look, Realist, Jigger Alive. Ooh. Y'all don't know about my Biggie Wars. Who you thought kicking the door was for, but that's my heart. Y'all still tripping off the Jigger shit. Listen, oh my God, listen, no. Why is that? I can't let it stop. What? No. Bob T, thank you for that, but I'm not going with Book of Rhymes. I love Book of Rhymes, great song. I'm not taking Book of Rhymes over Get Down. I'm not. That was one of the all-time best opening tracks. When y'all talk about best album openers, we got a playlist, best album openers. Go check out our playlist too, best album openers. We got a playlist. When you talk about best album openers, Get Down is on there. Get Down is on there for facts. Why I can't turn this off? What's going on, y'all? Oh, what the hell? Don't give me a music strike, man. Close this here, yo. What's going on with Nas? Nas over here trying to play. Let YouTube locked on my video. All right, let's see what's going on here. Triborough has a comment. Triborough says, Style P got classics too. Jada and Chic don't. I think Styles P's first album, Gangsta and a Gentleman, I don't know if it's a classic, but it's a hood classic. Like Gangsta and a Gentleman is a super hard album. I really like the G-Host album. I really think Styles P's one of his best albums was G-Host. Jada Kiss, I like that second Kiss album, man. That joint with Knock Yourself Out on it, Kiss the Game Goodbye. I like that album, man. Shout out to Triborough for that. Saya says, remember when Jay-Z said 4 albums in 10 years? Jigga, I can divide. That's one every last 2. 2 of them just was due. One was the other was Illmatic. That's a one hot average every 10-year average. And that's so yeah. Okay. All right. Now it's 5 great albums in 3 years. I can divide. All right, Saya. All right. Nas turned it around. All right, you got that. Saya, Yadolo, you got that one. Iman says, Styles P is in my top 5. We recently did a top 5 artists video, y'all. Jadakiss is in my top 5, y'all. I put Jada in my top 5. Iman says Styles P is in his top 5. I can't be mad at that. Styles P came out in the early 90s. Styles P has been consistent. Styles P has one of the best mixtape run. Styles P got better mixtape than some of your favorite artists got albums. Styles P is still in the 2000s dropping good music. I can't argue with that. Iman, Styles P is in my top 5. I can't even argue with that. I can't. Let's see what else we got here, y'all. Tribal says Styles' work ethic is legendary. That's facts. Jeremiah the Prophet says, Nas, I gave you power. Big song. Tribal says, Jada take 5 years just to drop a mediocre album. Jay Boogie said, you sound like when a woman get pregnant, you asking her if she going to have an abortion. You're killing the vibe for the night by clock out. Oh, God. All right. Don't forget, y'all, hit that like button down below if you like these videos. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I'm going to read a few more comments before we get up out of here. We got Banger Ifrik, Godson 2 was his worst album besides Street's Disciple. I cannot agree with that. I absolutely love the Godson album. Banger says, get down, they shooting, zone out. That's zone out. So zone. Salam Remy. Yeah. Time to blast on them. Tuck in your wife with the rod in your pockets. Here come the brave heart straight out the pro. Shout out to Zone Out. Love that song. Jeremiah the Prophet says, Nas and Damian Marley is a classic too. Distant Relatives needs more attention, y'all. I agree with that, Banger. Distant Relatives does not get the love it's supposed to get. I don't know why, but that's a very solid album from Nas and Damian Marley. Go check that one out, y'all. Tribal says, best album opener for Nas is the Stillmatic intro, in my opinion. Stillmatic intro is, ooh, that's a hard intro too. I can't front. Stillmatic intro is hard. We got Jonathan Coleman in the building. Shout out to Jonathan Coleman. Jonathan Coleman has a comment, says, my favorite Nas intro is Speechless. Ooh. Okay. We getting some good openers. All right. Saya has a comment. Saya says, I think when Stillmatic came out and Ether came out and Godson came out, do you agree he took the crown back? Listen. And we did this, y'all. We did this comparison, right? We did the comparison. Let me just bring it up again, right? We did this comparison. Go check out our playlist, the Jay-Z versus Nas playlist, right? Not right now, when y'all finish, right? Now, the time when Nas started to drop the Stillmatic, the Godson Stillmatic era, Jay-Z was dropping Blueprint Dynasty. Blueprint Dynasty Black Album, right? That's a 2003. Hold on a second. All right? Hold on. Right? So let's go back to the Nas's around that time. That was, again, around the Stillmatic, Godson, Street's Disciple. Me personally, I think Stillmatic, Godson, and Street's Disciple are 3 tough albums. Stillmatic is amazing. I think Godson is amazing. Street's Disciple, I like it. I don't love it. When we look at Jay has the Dynasty, he has the Blueprint, and he has the Black Album. I'm taking the J3 versus those 3. If you're giving me Stillmatic, Godson, Street's Disciple against Dynasty, Blueprint, and the Black Album, me personally, I'm taking the Jay-Z 3. But that was still that was still a good run by Nas. But go check out the playlist. We have a playlist, Jay-Z versus Nas. Y'all go check it out. Thank you for that comment. Let me see what else we got here. Tribal says, Kiss of Death sounds outdated. Okay. Saya, thank you for that comment. That was a great time for Nas, though. I always say this. Nas needs to thank Jay-Z for waking him up. And what I mean by that is, at the time when Jay-Z dropped the Takeover, when that album came out, Nas wasn't dropping music. At that moment in time, we weren't getting nothing from Nas. Nas was hiatus. Nas was taking care of family business. And let me make sure I go back to that time, okay? That was, Nostradamus was in 1999. So that 2021 when Jay-Z dropped that album, we weren't hearing nothing from Nas. A lot of people will tell you when Jay dropped that song, that woke Nas up to get back into the booth and really get back into music. So I always say, Nas needs to thank Jay for getting back to that. Getting away from that Nostradamus and getting back to that. Stillmatic, Godson. Jay not did it, but Jay helped him get back to that point. So thank you for that. Thank you for that comment, Jeremiah. Jeremiah says, D-Block was big in the mixtape era. Different time for real. Hip-hop the albums wasn't as real as the mixtape. A lot of your favorite artists will get bodied by Dipset's mixtape run, by D-Block mixtape run, by who else had an ill mixtape run? Even Jadakiss by himself, Sheek Loose by himself, J Hood by himself, Dipset, the G-Unit mixtape run will body some of your favorite artists' albums. So shout out to the mixtape run. Tribal says Zone Out was trash. Oh man. Ooh, wow. Tribal says I never liked that song. Iman says hit the like button. That's right. If you're here right now, hit the like button, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna read a few more comments. J Money's in the building. J Money, thanks for coming through. J Money says the album won't be as strong as the first Magic just because of the 21 Savage bonus track. Listen, y'all. I got my eyes on this album. I told y'all at the beginning of this stream, I don't understand why Nas is promoting the first single or the first song as him and 50 Cent. Nas and 50 Cent has had a lot of back and forth bars going back and forth. Nas, the level of Nas as an MC is up here. The level of the hold on, because some of y'all are gonna look at me sideways. So let me put it up first. Okay, let me put it up first, because some of y'all are gonna look at me and say I'm hating. All right, let me explain something to you guys. Okay, Nas as an MC is up here. We just saw what Nas did to 21 Savage on that track when he bodied him. Why is Nas MC making a song with 50 Cent as an MC? Take a look at the list. 50 Cent's best album to date. I keep telling you guys, I'm from Jamaica, Queens. I'm from Queens. I'm here. I'm home base. We don't bump nothing outside of Get Fit or Die Trying. Nothing. The Massacre, replayability. I'm not talking album sales. Replayability, we don't bump that album. Curtis, we don't bump that album. Listen, man. Why is Nas promoting his first single with 50 Cent? When has 50 Cent's bars ever been memorable? Somebody tell me, where's the angle? Where's the angle why 50 Cent and Nas is promoting the first song off of Magic? They're promoting a 50 Cent track? Nas? When 50 Cent was getting at you, talking about Khalees? When you was going at him, talking about how he... Listen, and I'm all for rap beefs. I'm all for rap beefs getting squashed. Shout out to Nas, shout out to 50. I'm all for rap beefs getting squashed. But don't tell me you're going to put Nas as an MC, the first track you promoting, with 50 Cent as it? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. I smell something. But look at the track record. The only album you ever hear anybody replaying is 50 Cent's first album. I'm not talking album sales. I'm talking about the quality of music. It took a nosedive after his first album. But shout out to Nas, though. Try says, remember Nas and 50 done a song together before. I know. They've been squashed. Shout out to them. They've been squashed. I'm just saying it sounds a little bit fishy to me that this is the first song that they will promote off of the album. I just find it kind of weird. Thank you for that, Try. Tribal said, G-Unit era, Wheezy era was crazy. Wheezy has a crazy mixtape run. Q Sims says, Nas isn't promoting the track. 50 was the only one to speak of it. Okay, I take that back. Shout out to Q Sims. Thank you for that. Let me repeat that. Q Sims says, Nas isn't promoting the track. 50 was the only one to speak of it. I take that back. And I think that's correct too. When I first saw the post, I think it was a 50 Cent's Instagram post promoting the song. So that Q Sims could be right. Thank you for that, Q Sims. Okay. Thank you for that, Q Sims. Jeremiah says, Nas Don't Body Yourself was the 50 diss song, and 50 dropped Window Shopper as the Nas. Go check out our video we dropped this morning, Throwback Thursday. Go check out that song, Nas getting that 50. Listen, man, don't forget, go check out Triboro's IG page. Triboro is a hip-hop historian, knows well about hip-hop, well about all your favorite music, man. Go support Tribal Gigolo's Instagram page, man. Check him out. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming through, supporting the stream. Don't forget, man, if y'all want to support 16 Bars, best way to support us, pick up some of the merch, man. We got merch on sale. Hit us up, 16barshow@gmail.com. Cop some of the merch, man. It's your boy on